Metabo Tools, built for trade performance. Find your nearest dealer or ask for a demo today.
Welcome to Morning Glory with Matty Johns.
And welcome to Morning Glory. Thank you to everyone at Fox Sports and Kayo joining us in the final hour. Benny Hogarth, Hemi Goodman, Denon Kemp, how are you, Beak?
Listen, I'm struggling, to be honest. Queensland absolutely robbed in the Origin, so devastating times for me.
Well, let's jump straight into it. And it's been analysed within an inch of its life, but let's have a go. New South Wales 22-20. Boys, firstly, we haven't spoken about a lot. I tell you what, considering the conditions, it was a fantastic game. Geez, a modern-day player, I mean, back in the day in those sort of conditions, it was basically, ball up the jersey, don't throw the ball around, keep it simple. But, mate, they're incredible.
The skill that Queensland showed, especially in that first half, was amazing. Billy Slater's game plan was incredible. I thought Ponga was great at directing the troops. But in regards to just pure entertainment factor, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Doesn't get much better. Obviously came right down to the last play of the game, basically. It had a little bit of everything. The theatre of it, obviously there was the send-off, but there was a big comeback. Plenty of points in the first half. Queensland were up and about. I thought when you zoom out and take out the fact that Queensland lost, it was a fantastic entertainment product. It was awesome.
Oh, when you talk about the analysis, another thing that's been just analysed to death is the send-off of Caleb Ponga. We spoke about it earlier in the show. We sort of had that, we thought it was a send-off. Other times, Beck, you were sort of each way in it. You're concerned about the bunker, but do we just settle on it? It was a send-off.
I'm okay with it. Okay with it. I could have gone either way. Like, if it was 10 in the bin, I could be like, yeah, okay. But I'm okay with the send-off. I think that once the shoulder was tucked, it was very hard to mount a defence. The only concern I have is just the overruling of the bunker. Like, I would be okay with that if that was almost a standard that had been set across the board for the last few years. But we've heard so many refs time after time say, oh, sorry, mate, the bunker's already made the call. I can't do anything about it. And that kind of says, that belies, no, well, actually, you can do something about it. So now refs can't really say that. But listen, I'm okay with it. Send-off is all right. It was an incredible game. Can't wait for game two.
I thought it was a send-off as well, Kempy. There was a bit of theatre there when Ashley Klein overruled the bunker. But did that just sort of add to the theatre of it all? The fact that it was, just all those little things that add to an Origin spectacle?
It definitely took a game that was going to end one way and turn it into an absolute thriller. And I tell you what, PVL will be loving it because game 2 in Melbourne is going to be a humdinger.
Yeah, we'll start, boys. New South Wales in the first half. Is that arguably the worst half of football that New South Wales has played?
It's probably the worst.
So it's the worst I can in memory.
You know what? It's the worst 25 minutes that I reckon I've ever seen New South Wales play because you're never going to see Brian To'o drop the ball 3 times like he did. Oh. And I don't think New South Wales got their head on straight until Cam Murray and Victor Radley were both brought onto the field.
I mean, that's one thing I thought Laurie did really well. I mean, let's have a discussion about that. Some of the decisions by the coaches that work well. For Laurie, I think the thing that he got right was the bench. The selection on the bench was proven right. When he got the players on, like Radley's introduction gave us a boost of energy and emotion. Cam Murray, the moment he went on the field, we started to get some traction in yardage. Made an enormous difference.
Oh, Cam Murray, seriously. How good is he? So essentially, once he came on, Queensland didn't score another try. He locked the middle up. He made 41 tackles. Initially, it was 41 tackles, 0 missed. They upgraded. It was 40 tackles, only 1 miss. In the wet weather to do that, incredible.
The selection I liked was Blake Brayley. Now, yes, he came on around the time Caleb Ponga got sent off, and there was a lot of, do they need 2 hookers? How's that all going to pan out? But as soon as he got on the field, New South Wales was just on the front foot for the rest of the game. He worked beautifully with Strange, I thought, as well. But I thought he was a great selection, Blake Brayley.
But that's the thing I loved about it, because New South Wales always get hammered, usually post when we lose, that we don't use our bench right.
Yep.
And I think Loz probably injected Radley and Cam Murray earlier than what he was planning on doing.
I thought you were going to talk about something. Injected him with something. Enhanced games.
He didn't. He wasn't meaning to do it. I think he said, we need something out there. And those 2 guys, they came out on the field with the attitude of, we're going to win this.
I tell you what, tactically, Billy was good. I mean, those 2 kick tries at the start, they're Slaters. I mean, the way they moved to the middle of the field, they were identical. To get Teddy to chase one way and knock it in the other. The one thing you'll probably want back is putting Kirk Capewell in the centres. When they had to, I think they would have reshuffled a different way. Yeah. Kirk Capewell is an amazing Origin player. It was terrific again, but his days of playing centre are behind him.
Yeah, look, I was willing to defend the decision when I assumed that Billy Slater had used every interchange, so 7 out of, but he actually only used 7 out of 8. And I assumed the reason why he brought Trent Leoro on, well, he's, I assumed anyway it was because it was his last interchange and the middle was cooked. But here, finding out that he had an extra one to spare, if you're going to have Shibasaki in the squad, surely you put him on. Otherwise, put someone else in the squad. Put Fini Fuaki there or something.
Well, the one that I wanted, did he rue maybe not having Reece Walsh sitting in that extended squad at that point in time? Obviously, Kalen went off. It's a very important position at fullback. They moved the hammer back there, but I wonder if he had his time over, wouldn't it have been nice to kind of, in case of emergency,
I'd be shocked if he's not in.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's all set up for him. All respect to St George Illawarra, but they're playing the Broncos are playing the Dragons on a Sunday afternoon at Suncorp Stadium. Payne Haas returning, mate. It's just set up for Walsh.
Yep, for sure.
You can see him coming back. Geez, I tell you what, but Sammy Walker was good. Wasn't he good?
No, he's so good, and I just love that he picked his moments. Like, listen, talent has never been an issue for Sam Walker. His ability to execute things that a lot of other sevens can't. It's just been the moments in between the big moments that he's kind of like sometimes been great, sometimes not been. I feel like he's always flirted with that top tier of seven. I feel like on the weekend, on Wednesday, he took the first step towards being a top tier. And I just think that if you're a Roosters fan, you're sitting there going, I cannot wait for this guy to get back to clubland because he's going to be so confident. He's going to know what the formula is to get the best out of him. And yeah, that try that he set up, on debut, to kick on the third tackle like that in Origin, like the guts to do that. And then I think he kicked 4 from 4 as well in converting.
It's the best long kicking game I've ever seen. Long kick's the best I've ever seen him do.
Yep.
Mate, the other bloke, the opposite number, Nathan Cleary. If you want someone to play for your life in the last 20 minutes with the game on the line, I don't know anyone in the history of game you want more than Nathan Cleary.
I think the difference in the game at the end was Nathan Cleary's kicking game.
Yep.
He kicked 666 metres, the 40-20, the Hudson Young kick, the kick to Casey Maguire, across the field that should have been in a try. Just run to the line, mate. But he just kicked them to death, really, in the end.
What about Casey McLean?
My God.
Mate, he woke up Thursday morning a superstar. It was just phenomenal performance.
10 unbelievable minutes when he came on. Straight away, he was under pressure, caught that bomb, some strong runs as well. He might put a bit of pressure on for game 2. I mean, he looked right at home out there on the wing.
The last 20 minutes from New South Wales, I reckon it saved a few blokes, saved their jerseys.
Yep.
I mean, like an example, we hopped in the lift today, and first thing the bloke said to Benny and I was, mate, how good was Tedesco? And you went, mate, ask Chetty yourself. He was good in the last 10 minutes. He was all at sea for a lot of the game.
Yeah.
All's well, it ends well. I mean, amazing finish. He finished with a flurry, but had a really difficult, for most of the contest.
Yeah, I'm going to sound like a Queensland hater, but I'm not. I'm
New South Wales.
Yes, you are.
Sorry, New South Wales hater. Apologies, a Queenslander. Look, Teddy's incredible. I think he is a top 5 fullback of all time, probably even a top 3 fullback of all time. But I just think that, he's old enough to know, and he's actually verbalised this before, he just needs to find a way he's the big dog at the Roosters, understandably so. He's earned that right. But in Origin, he's just got to find a way to step out. There's okay being in the middle of the ruck, for tackle 1 or 2, or even, picking your moments, but they just had no shape. If you look across to the Queensland side, Kalen Ponga had the Blues at 6 and 7s the entire time, coming out of their own end. So with Teddy, the good thing for the Blues is, and Daly at least now has footage to go sit Teddy down and go, see this, mate? Like, this is where you need to be out on the edges. You shouldn't be tipping onto Cleary or Strange. They should be the ones giving you the ball. So he's just got to find a way to get a better balance at involving himself.
What about Ponga? To lose Ponga, gave New South Wales a numerical advantage, but just removing Ponga from the contest. The great thing about Slater, and it shows the beauty of Slater, and I said this on 360 last night, is Slater positioned Kalen right on his sweet spot, and rather than the old adage of Kalen go looking for the ball went looking for Kalen. Every sequence designed to come back for Kalen in his favourite spot. And, mate, just kept going at Katoni all the time.
Yeah.
Katoni, when he left the field, Katoni could finally start to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, mate. I thought Pong was outstanding. And what surprised me most, listen, I know KP, attacking-wise, he's one of the best players we've ever seen. But what surprised me the most, I actually think Kalen Ponga runs their attack. Because as soon as he came off the field, as soon as he came off the field, yes, Queensland were a man down, but their structures just fell apart, and maybe they were trying to defend their way to victory. I'm not sure, but I think Billy Slater, who's the other fullback that is notorious for running the attack. It's Billy Slater. He is known for his talk. If you speak to anyone at the Storm, they will tell you he wasn't told by the halves. This is getting you hot and bothered, is it?
Mate, it's getting
About
really
Billy
hot.
Slater. If you speak to anyone at the Melbourne Storm, they'll tell you that the halves didn't tell Billy Slater where to get to. Billy Slater would tell Smithy and Cooper Cronk, get me to this point because I'm having a shot over here. And that's where I think Ponga is. Maybe that's why he got selected over Reece Walsh, or at least one of the reasons, because he was there to run the attack from behind the line.
Yeah, you could definitely notice the difference. Anytime he was near the ball, there was, New South Wales defenders kind of scattering everywhere. I thought he was vindicated in his selection. There's a bit of chat about Walsh. Was he hard done by? But I think the way that, particularly in the first half, Kalen played, he got that call right.
It's a real shame that he went and drove his shoulder into someone's head.
Mate,
It's a real shame.
No, it's a real shame. Like I tell you
what.
what, when he went off the field, I felt so sorry for the state of Queensland.
Oh, my God.
Heart went out to them.
Do you want to see something good, boys? So I've brought this in today. Thank you to Scotch and Soda. But got this inside out. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
And it's blue too.
Inside Maroons victory, outside Blues victory.
I will say the hat, the maroon hat in Origin Week.
Backstage.
Oh, okay.
No, just podcast.
Okay.
What are changes, fellas? I think. I think a level of Katoni that. He's got a big decision to make there, given the fact that Katoni had a lot of problems with Kalen Ponga there. Look, if Latrell's ready to go, you just put him in.
Yep.
Right? You whack him in left centre, put Crudo over the other side. He's a must as far as I think Blake Brayley goes in. For Reece Robson.
Payne Haas comes in.
Payne Haas, of course, comes in. I'd give serious thought to Jackson Ford on the bench. Anything else, boys?
The most contentious one, I think, is going to be what do they do with Mitch Moses and
it's
Ethan
huge.
Strange? Because Ethan Strange played the house down. I thought he complimented Nathan Cleary really well. Yes, he's a different type of number 6 to Mitch Moses, but how can you drop him? How can you change, given the way that he played in the first game? I thought he was outstanding.
Going to be tough.
Well, you say that Ethan Strange just put on one of the great Origin debuts, right?
Yes.
You'd argue that quite easily. Like, is Moses going to just fit straight back into there? Like, he can't fault him on anything he did.
Yeah.
I just think with this situation, you've got this young, big ball running 6. When I look at the Blues and their successful errors, it's been big ball running 6s that have been aggressive. You can bring Mitch. Let's say you lose game. Let's say you stick with Strange and you lose game 2. You can bring Moses in. You know what he's going to give you. Moses has proven himself at Origin. Whereas if you drop Ethan Strange now, what does that do to his confidence? What message are you sending this young guy that he can come on, have one of the great debuts, and then get dropped to the bench?
And New South Wales historically like to drop guys that probably haven't done anything wrong. We're big fans of doing that.
It's funny when you go into camp with New South Wales, you sort of go in with that sneaking suspicion that you want to change your jersey at half time because it might be the only ones you're going to get. That's the old secret. You walk in a jersey and you take your jersey off and say, I need another jersey. I ripped it. Then they give you another one. That's the one you swap.
Yeah.
Right? Even on the big stage, you've got to be thinking quick, boys. What about Queensland? Any changes for Queensland, you think?
Yeah. I think Britton Nikora, I thought that, it was a miss on Cruder that was just, and then that challenge. Now, granted, the challenge on some days, he would have got that challenge, on some days not. I think some changes there probably need to happen. Outside of that, though, I was pretty happy. Shibasaki, I wouldn't have in my squad.
Yep.
Maybe Ezra, you have someone else there that can actually cover 7 and 6, but outside of that, I wouldn't make much.
I think Reece Walsh, they've got to get him in there somehow, just in case of emergency, like we saw the other night. The other one, they've got to find a way to get Finny Fuiaki into that side.
I totally agree.
There was a little bit of impact from probably, Liero and Nikora wasn't quite there when they came on. And towards the end, Queensland looked gassed. I think they could have used a bit of chaos from him in the last 20 minutes. So I think they've got to find a way to get him in.
I think Billy Slater will look at it and go, the team didn't perform that badly. It was just the New South Wales momentum at the end.
It was.
It's so hard.
It was like blokes like Ezra. They weren't used just wholly and solely due to circumstances.
And mate, they're one catch away from winning. So
Yeah. Boys, you're 3-2-1 for the game. Your Dally-M points 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm going Strange at 3.
Yep.
He gets 3 points. I'm going Nathan Cleary. He gets 2 points. And it's a tie between Sam Walker and Selwyn Cobbo.
Goodness. What, for 3 points?
No, for 1 point.
Oh, 1 point.
Yeah, 1 point.
Okay.
So I think Selwyn Cobbo, it might have been the best game I've seen him playing. Look, when you consider the stakes and everything like that, I thought Selwyn Cobbo was unbelievable.
Funny.
Yeah.
We were saying that before, Beak, in the first hour. If you caught it, it was probably our best hour. We're a bit knackered now, but anyway, nonetheless. That's the beauty about Billy. His ability to pick blokes that everyone says, oh, really? but he elevates them. Like Sam Walker, mate, Selwyn's a perfect example of it. Hammy?
Yeah, it gave him a bit of belief. Mine's pretty similar to yours, Kempy. I had Ethan Strange as my 3 points. I thought he was unbelievable. Nathan Cleary had a fantastic game as well. Probably one of the moments that mattered, which stuck in the minds of the selectors of man of the match. And then I had Sam Walker as my 1 vote. I thought his first half, obviously in particular, was unbelievable. He took like it to a duck to water, so a good selection from Billy, and he'll hold his spot for game 2.
Nathan Cleary, 3 points. Ethan Strange, 2 points. Cam Murray, 1 point. Can I also give another point to Victor Radley? I think we're all joking that Victor was going to do something, and you know what? He went out there and he gave New South Wales belief that they could win that.
So
match.
half a point?
Half a point.
Half a point.
Tell you what, and he put on an absolute massive hit.
He's
Who
a
did he
great
hit? Who did he hit, Kempy?
Harry Grant.
Harry Grant.
Also,
Levered him.
Ethan
He flipped
Strange.
up.
What about Ethan Strange's hit on Munster? Because like pretty much, if Strange doesn't make that hit, I reckon Queensland score another 2 tries.
That's a massive turn. Like he puts that hit on, that next set of 6 we score.
That's
We
right.
get a penalty, couple of 6 again.
It was 18-0. That was probably the hit that probably changed the momentum, gave New South Wales something to play off.
I've gone half a point Casey Maguire, half a point Casey McLean. No, half a point Casey McLean, half a point Ethan Strange. Are we going that way? 2 points Sammy Walker, 3 points. Mate, look, wasn't great for the first 60 minutes. There's a reason why he wasn't. The forwards weren't getting forward, but the last 20 minutes, Nathan Cleary.
I even thought when he had a few opportunities in the first 60 minutes, that little no-look kick for Hudson Young was unbelievable.
Nice.
You could tell when he ran out wearing the head tape that he meant business. I was like, here we go, something's going to happen here.
Always the way, mate. When you're head tape and someone has the black shoe polish under the eyes, you know the rest.
And no cauliflower ear for Nathan as well. Fantastic.
Harumph. Right, we're going to take a break, mate. Big break coming up next. We've got Moneyball.
Morning Glory with Matty Johns.
Yes, and welcome back to Morning Glory with Matty Johns, of course, brought to you by MATTY Tools, built tough for Aussie tradies. Find your nearest dealer or ask for a demo today. MATTY, built for trade. It is time for Movie of the Week. It is Moneyball.
Guys, you're still trying to replace Giambi. I told you we can't do it, and we can't do it. Now, what we might be able to do is recreate him. Recreate him in the aggregate.
The what?
Giambi's on-base percentage was .477. Damon's on-base, .324. And Almeida's was .291. Add that up and you get...
You want me to speak?
What point do you get?
1092.
Divided by 3.
It's 364.
That's what we're looking for. Three ball players whose average OBP is...
364.
That sounds like a Dragons meeting at the moment. Who have we got and who can we bring in? Is there anyone down anywhere on the South Coast that can make us win? Sorry, Dragons fans.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Putting the boot in.
Heading down, we're going up. Actually.
Now, as always, we are joined by the man of the moment, Liam Alexander. I know stats are your favourite thing, although you got a D-. Is that correct, mate?
That is correct, Benny. Yeah, several Fs and a lot of D minuses. But this is one of the great sport movies.
It really is. This is like the minute Matty said, let's do another sport movie off the back of Rocky IV, I said, let's do Moneyball, and everyone agreed. I think, Kepi, you said this was a masterpiece.
Mate, I love this movie. It's the age-old question in sport that we continually debate about science versus the intangible. And in this case, the big messaging is, the science and the data was more important than the feel. You saw those, and look, they did caricature a little bit with, you saw those old guys going, mate, he's good looking, he looks great, he swings okay.
The good face. That is a legitimate thing they do in American sports.
Yeah. And so, mate, it's just an incredible movie. And I thought Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill stole the show.
What do you think, boys? Is this the best depiction of a real professional sports team or organisation?
Yes.
There's a couple, I think, Draft Day is very good with Kevin Costner. Any Given Sunday is very well. But as far as the nuances and politics and everything, I reckon this is the best.
Yeah, takes you right in there. Real peek behind the curtain sort of stuff. And obviously based on that the real story that kind of happened at the start of the 2000s, I think it's brilliantly done. Really, really fascinating movie.
Yeah, so Liam, in case you haven't seen this movie, can you just tell us a little bit about the plot, obviously?
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, you just heard a little insight then. But it's a true story based on the 2002 season of the Oakland Athletics. And their general manager, Billy Breen, who's played by Brad Pitt, basically they don't have as much money as the richer teams like the Red Sox. And it basically follows Billy as he decides to rebuild the roster using stats and this computer-generated information. about their performance instead of traditional scouting routes. And the whole dynamic of the film is basically between him and Jonah Hill, who's this Yale economic graduate. And he develops a system basically to look out for players who aren't traditionally hitting the marks that other teams are, but he basically goes against the grain of basketball wisdom and changes the sport.
Guys, license to be permission to be a wanker for a second, a flog.
Yep.
Granted.
Always.
The best. The book is better than the movie. And I swear, Michael Lewis book. It's interesting when you look at the movie. The movie is 70% about. 30% Billy Beane, 70% about the equation, everything. Yeah. The book's vice versa. The story about Billy Beane itself, the person, the failed athlete, is just fascinating. It's amazing. You know, and it talks about, with Billy Beane, he just loved baseball and American football come through. Loved it. Just obsessed. And what happened when he got to the pros, they said, this guy's can't miss. But every time he walked to the mound, he was acutely aware of the pressure that he was involved with, what he was with. Where sometimes it says that naivety is bliss. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. So, anyway, that's my 2 bobs worth. I just taught myself down a cul-de-sac.
Matty, do you think, and Liam, do you think that this movie resonates so well because it's part of American myth building in a way that, like, if you are a baseball fan, you really look and go, well, you got the Sox, you got the Dodgers, you got the Yankees. These are the big clubs. Yeah. Nothing's ever going to change for them. They might have an off year here or there, but really, in the end, they're going to be the big dogs. And teams like the Oakland A's are never really going to, it's like watching EPL in a way like that. But Americans love the idea of this, it's America's game. It's their pastime. Well, there's a beauty in it.
Well, let me ask Liam, on that, is it a better movie if they win the World Series? Do you know what I mean? Like if they go into, for me, even if it's true, it's too much of an American movie where everything just finishes neat in a bow. If it makes sense, Liam?
I think that's the beauty of it as well. I feel like a lot of baseball movies have sort of been mythologized through movies as well. I think baseball as a sport, like you've got Field of Dreams, and it always feels like a fairy tale. And the fact that this movie, it's building towards them winning it and they don't, it sort of I think it dismantles the myth around baseball a little bit. And that's why it always has stuck with me more than a lot of the other baseball movies.
I like the fact that it doesn't resolve because he's got more decisions to make towards the end of the movie. Obviously, the Red Sox throw a bit of cash at him.
What happened to him, by the way? Is he
He's still there.
He's still there?
He's still there, I'm pretty sure. Is he still there, Liam?
I'm actually not too sure.
Well,
I'm not too sure.
I know he's listening.
All our baseball fans are up in arms right now.
How many should he have joined the Red Sox? The offer?
I think no, and it's a nice resolution of the movie. He made a decision early in his career based on money, where he's offered the opportunity to play with one of the teams rather than having a full scholarship to one of the big universities. And his daughter says, if you want to take it, all the best. I won't begrudge you. You've been a great dad. And that's the moment he goes, no, I'm going to stay with the family. I like that. I like that resolution to the movie better than just winning everything and it fitting in a neat little package. Personally,
Liam, any notable scenes, boys?
Oh well, I sort of love the interaction with the scouts and his own team. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman. Every time you see Philip Seymour Hoffman in a movie, you're just reminded how good of an actor he is. But awesome. Him debating with his own team about players not getting picked and they're not following the system, I think they're some of the best scenes in the movie.
I love those scouts. They're just the way they just make them all really old. They've all got the hearing aids in, and they're kind of got a lot of pop off the bat. That guy.
I've sat in retention meetings That's exactly how it is. Everyone's got a theory.
Yep.
Everyone go after this guy, not this guy. Interesting about the Oakland A's, boys, over being in Vegas. The Tropicana Casino is in the midst of being demolished.
Yep.
The Oakland A's stadium is going to be directly on the Strip.
Yep, it is. And there was a bit of controversy about the design of the stadium. There was a bit of some accusations of plagiarism of the design of the Sydney Opera House. Because that's sort of what it looks like. It's going to fit 35,000 people. It's kind of an open dome kind of arena. It looks pretty spectacular. So they'll be the Vegas A's, I think, from 2028.
Benny, any trivia?
This is my hot take on it. Are baseball movies the best? Is baseball the best sport for Hollywood movies? You got the natural.
I think boxing.
Yes, that's the other one. But I reckon baseball is made like the mythology of baseball and the love of the game. But also, I think the way that it's sort of played, the nature of it makes it really good.
It's very hard to emulate body contact sports. Okay, boxing's different. Okay, they do a very good job there, particularly movies like Raging Bull and Rocky. But when you see American football movies, Any Given Sunday is a complete standout, but a lot of them are a little weak. Like when you watch Invictus is a great movie until they get out and start to play.
Yeah.
And you can see it's just a bunch of actors, doing their best.
But if you look at the Field of Dream, The Natural, obviously Moneyball, Major League, Charlie Sheen,
Yes.
incredible film.
Basketball.
Baseball just produces great movies.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
It does.
For sure. Some of the action they were able to replicate quite well. The guy with the funky kind of underarm pitching action, the actor that recreated that did a fantastic job.
My favourite scene is the one, Liam, where he's sitting there on the phone and he's manoeuvring the trade, and he's got two other clubs on the line, and he's hanging up for one, going the other. I just think that's great insight into professional sport.
Mate, my hot take, because I'd love to yours, Liam. Was Philip Seymour Hoffman, was he actually the villain?
Yes. He's the villain of the movie.
Liam, what do you reckon, mate?
I think he's definitely portrayed it, but you can see from his perspective because the system initially isn't working. And like, if you've been brought up in a system a whole way and you're getting told by the general manager to go this completely different way, I can understand his perspective, but yeah, he's definitely portrayed as the villain in it.
My hot take is he was brought in to coach since when, and maybe it's different in baseball, but in league, for example, imagine a general manager going to a coach and saying, "This is who you need to select."
I know, it'd be like the ball.
That would never happen.
Rumours.
Oh God.
Rumours.
Oh God.
Mate,
Just how brutal is Major League Baseball, by the way, where they walk in one day, sit down, and then they go, "Oh no, you're gone now."
Oh, that's
You're
a great
going to
scene.
Detroit."
Oh, yeah. Are you
The
trading
guy
me?
just gets traded to Detroit.
Yeah, but the other guy goes, "Oh yeah, sweet, where are you trading me?" He goes, "Nah, go on."
And he says to Jonah Hill, "You need to be able to have that in your toolkit to
Yes.
be able to just go up to kids and go, 'You're gone. See you later.'" And they go, "Oh, sweet, no worries."
Now,
Off they go.
on Jonah Hill, this is my hot take, or maybe a lukewarm take, but this movie made Jonah Hill's career. Before it, we'd seen him in things like Superbad, Knocked Up, Sausage Party, all great movies on their own. But this is the one where people kind of sat back and went, "This guy's a serious actor, don't you reckon?" We've seen him go on to some, Wolf of Wall Street.
awesome.
Whatever, since.
Nominated for an Oscar for this movie. And like you said, he'd been in all these sort of raunchy comedies through the late 2000s. And I think this changed how people saw him as an actual dramatic actor.
I must say, I do love Superbad.
Yeah.
Him and McLovin, the chemistry.
Still his best.
And he should have won an Oscar for Sausage Party, but that's a
I will
discussion
say,
for another day.
my hot take on your hot take, Jonah Hill, better as a big boy. Then he's lost a lot of weight now. It loses the comedic timing and the charisma that he had.
There is that theory about comedians.
Yes.
Just the charisma that he had.
I had a thought watching it the other night again. I thought, to show how much times have changed, if Moneyball happened today, I don't think Billy Beane ever gets the chance. Like, I think those initial first few weeks, just because of how news and sports news is sort of a 24-hour cycle now, I don't think he gets to the point where it can even launch off to have the success that it does. I think it just gets torn apart by the media.
That's a great point, Liam. So, boys, if you blokes are Billy Beane, you're head of football operations, and someone comes up with a mathematical equation like that, do you take it? Do you believe in it?
Well,
You go all in?
In the end, it doesn't work. And in the end, you need key players that are going to stand up, like we see in rugby league, stand up at those moments to deliver something that is, that stats don't show. It's this elite performance.
That's where his scouts pushed back on him. You need the look and the feel and the intuition a little bit. I think, the two probably these days, you get a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, don't you? There is a lot more data-driven decisions these days across a variety of sports, but you probably do need that look and feel to go with it as well.
Who wins the movie, Liam? Who gets the gold medal?
I honestly think it's one of Brad Pitt's best performances.
Yeah,
I still think it's up there for him. And he carries the movie, but he's so good in it. Jonah Hill's close, but I think it's Brad Pitt's movie.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's, like you said before, is just fantastic. Little
He's
things
the
like he
best.
looks like a troubled coach, a coach under pressure. Where he goes, "You're killing me, Billy. You're killing me." It's a great scene.
He's so good. He's so versatile too. Some of the different, characters that he's portrayed, he's been unbelievable. I think Jonah Hill steals the scene, and maybe I think that because I remember the first time I watched it, as you alluded to, Hammy, where it's like, oh wow, like, Jonah Hill's not just like a funny guy, a young guy that he's a guy that can really, really act. And every scene he was in, he just played that kind of awkward university student so well.
Question without notice, quickly, boys. If it's not Brad Pitt playing Billy Beane, who else could have? My first one I went to was Kevin Costner. But you go, mate, it can't be another baseball movie.
Well, I was going to say... Sorry, you go, Liam.
No, I'm into John Hamm at the moment. I think John Hamm in his Madman days could play it pretty well.
I was going to say Christian Bale, but I don't know whether he would know the American sports side of it.
A lot of intensity. Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey would have given.
I could see
Yeah,
that.
not bad. Not bad, Tourist. Well done.
Tourist is coming in with a heater.
Well done, mate.
Okay.
You know we're on television when Tourist chimes in. Should see his mesh
He wants
singlet.
to get his
Fantastic.
face on the box.
Unbelievable. Those nipple rings. Man, fair nickum. Boys, score of 100.
Mate, 90 out of 100. I don't think it gets much better than that.
Yeah, 95 for me. Loved it.
Yep, 95 for me too.
That'll do me. Liam.
I'm a 90 boys as well.
Oh, harsh.
Right Good on you, Liam.
Tough
Appreciate
critic.
your time, man. Still the best.
Thanks, boys. Have a good one.
There he goes. Where does he go to after this? Nobody knows.
Channel 9.
Boston Red Sox.
That's right, exactly. Right, we're going to take a break at our rapid preview coming up pretty soon.
Morning Glory with Matty Johns.
And welcome back to the show. About to our Friday night preview. Thanks to Hit IQ. Never miss the impact that matters most. The most dangerous head impact is the one you miss. Protect your players. Search Hit IQ. That's Hit IQ. Boys, tonight, Sharks versus Manly. I'll tell you what, well, you don't say a repeat. I suppose it was, you go back in time, the 1973 grand final, Sharks versus Manly, one of the most violent games of all time, of course, before you boys were born. Manly boys, tell you what, Fosball just rolls on.
Yeah.
Question.
Sorry.
Question. I don't know if we asked it last week. Can Manly win the comp?
You know what? If you had asked me last week, I would have said yes. Little bit concerned watching against the Titans, and I might be jumping the gun here.
But it's a very, very good side.
Well, allegedly, of course. The concern I have with Manly is watching them without Olakau'atu and Kohler.
Yep.
You really struggled
And
for
Lehigh.
momentum in
Lehigh
as well.
Yep.
And so, like, that has pumped the brakes slightly on it. So if there is an injury to Olakau'atu or Kohler this year, do they have the team to kind of like get momentum and score points? Now, it's only one game.
It was very dreary too.
Yes. So, I'll still say, yes, I do think they can win a comp at full strength.
Since Foz took over best defence in the league.
Yes, absolutely. But just a little bit, okay, what's going on there?
Right, alternately, Sharks. Sharks, once again, like previous seasons, I just cannot get a read on. When you start to believe in them, they put in a bludger of a performance. Can the Sharks win the comp?
I don't think so. I think we've seen over the last few years they've got caught in, they can get to a prelim, and that seems like about the level they can get to. I just wonder whether they're kind of stuck in that sort of purgatory. Their best is very good, not quite enough to topple the best teams, but it's good enough to knock off all the other ones. I wonder whether they're kind of pretty much where they're at. That's as good as it's going to get. They probably need to get a few big guns into their squad, I reckon, to really have a crack at winning a comp.
Nico out of this one, Benny? I think he's
Nico is out of this one. He's got a
a
calf. I think it was a calf strain. So he'll be gone for a couple of weeks with that.
Looked like Fitzy's starting a bit of a clean out.
Yeah. So is it Jesse Raymond and Sione Katoa gone?
Great signs for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
A really good pickups. Yeah, Katoa, that one surprised me a little bit. Jesse as well, but it just shows like he's run out of patience.
Yeah, I think Fitzy will do a big clean out after this year. Look, I know professional sport, the whole goal is to win a comp, but I feel like, we get so extreme with that as like, unless you win a comp, you're not a good coach or you haven't had a good year. And I personally think Craig Fitzgibbon has squeezed as much as he can out of his current roster.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be much more powerful in the market going forward. You have to remember, when he initially took over, the weight in the market the Sharks had was almost... It wasn't much. It wasn't much.
Tell you what, it's a tough job recruiting. 2 new sides coming in. One of those sides tax-free dollars. It's a tough time to try to regenerate your roster.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess to your point, Kempy, he's got the fact he goes, you're probably going to play finals footy if you come to the Sharks. You might have a crack at winning a comp. That's probably the one little bargaining chip he's got that some of those new teams don't.
Prediction end of season. Where do Manly? Where do you see him finishing, Benny? You're a Manly. You only got the Fosball hat on.
Fosball hat on.
Scarf.
New little lid. I see Manly continuing in the top 8 at the end of the season. I'm confident they will play finals footy, barring injury. I know that we've still got Tommy to come back in. This weekend we've got Hopewadi back in. When Kohler and Olakau'atu are off rep duties and they're back in the team, I reckon Manly can continue into the top 8.
They got depth,
mate. That's one of the things that I really like, because I went, no Hopewadi, no Olakau'atu, no Kohler. We're short,
I mean,
But
Joey
our-
Walsh and Fogarty.
but our back line, the young kids coming through at Manly in the back line, very confident there.
I'll ask you, Matty. Clayton Fowler has been unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Does Turbo come straight back in at fullback?
We got Lehigh there as well.
Yeah.
You know, but
But I think Lehigh comes back in on the wing.
Yep.
yeah. Do you know what? I would give serious consideration with putting Tommy, not in the centres, consideration for a wing. Just because I want him on those early tackles. I want him to have the ability to roam. You know, a three-man kick return of, say, you know, with Clayton and, you know, put Lehigh and Tom. Mate, that's a lot of punch on early tackles.
Yeah.
I think, look, I'm pretty sure he will go back to fullback, but there's a lot to think about with the other two young blokes. You know, they're going really good. Fellas, on the Sharks? Sharks, I see Manly. I think they'll make Final Four. From there, I don't know, but I reckon Final Four. Okay. Sharks, I reckon week one of the finals. That's where I see them at the moment.
Yep, I'm with you. I think that's about where they're at.
Who wins this one, boys?
I'm going to go Sharkies because Sharks have proven they can play good footy without Nico. I don't think Olakau'atu will back up. I think he'd be crazy to back him up.
I don't think he's up. No.
Kohler's not in there. I just think that without those two guys there, and Sharkies, they are desperate to get this momentum going at the moment because they're on the fringes of the 8 or thereabouts. I'm going to go Sharkies.
Yeah, I reckon maybe Sharkies as well. Last week was probably Fosball's least convincing win. I think they're maybe starting to run out of puff a little bit. And with some of those outs from Origin, I think it might be too tough for him.
Ben, self-loathing.
You know what? I'm wearing the hat.
Yeah, he can't.
It's game day. Fosball's going to continue, and we're going to see another Manly win.
Do you reckon there's going to be any Lozball hats if you guys win?
No, I do not.
Go and tell them before when you said a bit favourite for the Dragons to take over, Hemi. You said what?
For the Dragons?
Yeah, Hornball.
Oh, Hornball.
Yeah.
Get print the hats, people.
Ben Hornby.
Yes.
Fosball, here we go, guys. Here we go.
I'm going to go for Manly in this.
Yeah.
I think I'm a Fosball. I'm a believer. Boys, rapid fire preview. Who's the certainty this weekend? Look, you know, again, Broncos over Dragons. I will say the other one. Also, I think the Knights over the Eels. No Mitchell Moses.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a tough assignment for the Eels. I'm also going to go with my boys, the Tigers against the Dogs. A bit of an extra grind. This is a big one. No, I'm serious because it's obviously against a bloke that walked out on the club last year. They grew an extra leg last time around. Some big ins. Appy's back in. Alex Twyler's back in. Jareen Buller's back in. Macassini's back in. They're big.
They're certainty.
Big ins. They're my certainty this week. The Tigers get it done. Benji Ball. Print the hats.
Benji Ball.
Yeah.
No, I reckon the Tigers are done.
I
reckon they are done this year.
Yeah.
They had a good run, but then crippled by injury.
Pick this up for my HR file.
I think a big one. I think they'll fire this week. I think they'll get themselves back on track. It's in it with Lachlan Galvin. Given Origin and the nature, this one sort of crept up on us.
Yeah, for sure. Jerome Luai will be fired up. Yep, bring it on.
Upset, Beak? I'm going. The one we just spoke about. I'm going for Manly over the Sharks.
Yeah, upset wise, this is going to sound silly. I am actually really worried about Broncos versus Dragons. I don't know why, but like you go back a couple of weeks, Penrith versus Dragons. Like Dragons actually play pretty well.
Yeah.
And you know you have heard, I guess, there's been a lot of injuries at the Broncos. Are they fatigued? Are they not fatigued? But anyway, in regards to upset, look, I'll probably go. I'll go Cowboys.
Cowboys against the Rays. I'm going to go the Warriors against the Panthers. I think they're going to rest a lot of players. The Panthers. I don't think many will back up.
Yeah, that's my toughest one to pick.
Yeah,
I find that that's really touch and go for me. Benny, toughest and upset.
My upset is the toughest to pick for me is going to be Raiders Cowboys.
Me too.
Depends on who turns up.
Yeah,
you know, I thought the Raiders were good last week and they still couldn't come away with it. But you know, the Cowboys, they are like the Sharks.
You're a believer.
I'm not a believer.
No way. Cowboys are much better than the Sharks this year.
Yeah.
Come on. They've won like
Are they?
5 of them last 6.
Are they?
it's a tough one for me to pick too. The Raiders, Cowboys.
Down there.
Cowboys have been great this year.
If Ethan Strange backs up though, he'll have so much confidence off the back of his Origin display.
Well, he's my player of the round. Ethan Strange. I think Casey McLean too. He'll back up for sure. So.
Yeah, there's Origin players that will be rested, but then there's some that sort of come back and they grow a new leg.
Mate,
you know.
blokes who have been exposed to it for the first time and come back, they boom.
Is that what happened to you, Matthew?
Absolutely.
95?
Yep, 95, 98. You know, just continue.
How many Origins did you play?
4.
4. Yeah.
Or the best.
How many did we win?
How many did you win?
Have a guess. Between 0 and 4.
0.
1.
0.
Yeah.
0.
Brandy was 0 and 6.
Oh, there you go.
There you
Gotcha,
go.
Brandy.
Isn't it weird? Like,
It's an SEN thing. Jimmy Smith was 0 and 0. Oh no, we're going to take a break. More to come.
Morning Glory with Matty Johns.
Yeah, welcome back as we close the show, boys. Bit of news came out yesterday. Connor Watson officially signed for PNG. What a great signing for the Chiefs here.
Cham's doing a good job there. Some good locker room guys to get the ball rolling. Jerome Luai and him, I think he'll be a great signing. But he's got a little bit of a stopgap, Matty, between now and 2028.
So Dragons favourites, but Dogs and Tigers are in for him. So what do you reckon? Made look good in the Tigers.
Yeah, he would. I mean, who wouldn't, really? The more the merrier. But I reckon the Dragons are probably the best place for him to go. They've signed some great players already. Drinky, Metcalf, Kolomatangi. Throw him in there as well. All of a sudden, very different team next year. They've got a lot of young players. He'd be great to kind of lead them through a little bit. So I reckon the Dragons are probably the best place for him to go.
He's a great player and he's also a great character. That's why I think this is another exceptional signing up there in PNG. Then they're building, so far, an exceptional little team. AJ up there, Luai and now Connor Watson. You know, the tax-free dollars help, but I think they're doing some great recruitment already.
Yeah. Just quickly on a different note, boys, the great John Farnham, The Voice, doing a big fundraiser at the MCG. So people, jump on a plane or a hitchhike or drive down there. It's worth it. What a champion.
Absolutely. There's a musical coming out this year, all set to the songs of John Farnham, which you're a big musical theatre guy as well, Matty.
I love it.
I'll see you down there.
I love musical theatre. Boys, let's do it. Loser of the week, winner of the week, and a life advice of the week. What do you got for us, Beak? Loser of the week first up.
Okay, so loser of the week. Look, it's Casey Maguire. He had the claim to fame of the Casey in Origin, and Casey McLean's come in here and absolutely snatched the crown. So the Casey crown has been snatched. It's Casey Maguire.
Yep. Winner of the week?
Oh, you want all at once?
No, let's go individually. Go on.
Nice. Winner of the week for me is the taxi driver who got $162.75 out of me for the cab from Accor Stadium to Bondi the other night on Wednesday after State of Origin. Hurry up with that Olympic Park metro station, Minzy. Let's go.
Yeah, I've started to do. Get the good old-fashioned taxi.
Yeah, well, that's what I did.
Cheaper, isn't it?
No,
that wasn't taxi. I thought you meant Uber.
I was in there with Sammy Phillips, friend of the show, and I went, what do you reckon this is going to come out at? He goes, I've just noticed he hasn't put the meter on. So
that's always.
This could be anything.
I got one the other day. Having said the taxi, so I got a taxi back from the airport. Wait for this. I was fuming. Sat there, I went all the way back, and I went, right, card, and he said, no, my thing's not, it's not working.
So what was he after cash?
Yeah, and then he said, I said, how are we going to do this, mate? Need a receipt. Cash, no cash here. The Neville Bartos.
Then you shot
and he
him.
said, just give me your bank details.
What?
I said,
No, thanks.
Mate. I said, look. So I had to go in there,
that's a
scrounge
scam.
around, do the cashies that I hide from Trish all the time. Shoebox, had to get some of that and pay him. But no receipt. Anyway, I'm losing. That's my loser.
How much was the taxi?
From the airport, $150.
Are you going to be okay financially? Like, the 150?
Mate, I just give,
I'm surprised you have that much cash lying around because, you can sometimes be a little bit,
What do you mean?
frugal would be the best word.
Mate. Okay.
Do you or do you not shop in thrift shops?
Yeah, I go to second-hand stores. Not this, it's Scotch and soda. Shout out Peter McWhirter. But
Got that for free, by the way. You got that for free.
I did, absolutely. But I go into Vinnie's and, all those.
You do enjoy that. You do enjoy that.
You get some great stuff.
I'm just saying you're a value man.
Yeah, so, boys, any losers of the week, Benny?
Yeah, my loser of the week is, of course, back to the federal government. You can't bring in laws that are going to make rents go one way and then tell landlords to not up rent. Okay, you idiots.
I'll watch him.
There you go, Albo. Copy that one. Winner of the week, I've gone PNG again. PNG made the good stories just keep coming out of there. Connor Watson went up there. He checked out the facilities, gone back and said, yep, it's for me. Tax-free dollars don't hurt either.
Yep. My winner of the week, it's a Queensland spirit because it's still alive and well. Okay, we didn't get the job done, but geez, I'm proud of the boys. Just butlers, everything against them. We got the refs against them, video, it's everything going against us, and we just hung in there.
Mate,
so Queensland spirit.
We give you magic round. We give you another team in the competition. You're still unhappy.
Mate, the best thing about Teddy crossing that line, and I messaged the boys, was we don't have to listen to 3 weeks
Bullshit.
of Queensland spirit.
Mate.
That's not over yet, mate.
Dribble.
Not over yet.
Dribble.
Yes, you do. My loser of the week, and I don't want to dwell on a point here, people, but it is me for being charged $162.75 on a cab home from Accor Stadium. I have started a GoFundMe. Tourist is going to tweet the link out after the show, so people, don't be tight asses. Back me in.
A winner of the week, boys?
Can I get to my winner of the week? Now,
Go on.
I got given this one. Blonde Bangladeshi buffalo nicknamed Donald Trump. he has a particular hairdo, this buffalo, in Bangladesh, and because of it, there was a online petition to save his life because he was going to be sacrificed for Eid. Anyway, the buffalo was saved because he looks like Donald Trump.
Well,
he's now been renamed Commander in Beef, and he's been moved to the Dhaka Zoo in Bangladesh. Go, Commander in Beef. Congratulations. There you go.
Yeah, shout out to all my new friends up at Casino. I was up there for Beef Week this week.
Oh.
Yes. Yep.
How good?
Yeah. It was good.
I hear it's beautiful this time of year.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Great little town. Little town? No, it's a decent-sized town. Now, life advice for the week, boys. Listen to last week I spoke about ladies with long fingernails. This week it's for people who like to drink alcohol and at the end of the night but still want to keep fit. There was an old rugby league player from Cessnock, a legend who's no longer with us, called Mark Watson. He gave me this advice. He said, Matty, drink something. If you're at a place and you're on the beers and you're about 4 k's from home, don't get a taxi. He said, what you do is, he said, you fartlek home, which is run one telegraph pole, jog the next telegraph pole, walk the next, all the way home. So that's my tip to kids. If you're out there, right on, you're on the sauce, no matter how far you're away from home, do it. You'll thank yourself at the morning, get home, have a barocca. Mate, you'll be good as gold to go again the next day.
Great advice.
How do you follow that? Yeah,
Good luck,
geez.
Kempy.
Look, my advice is, listen, you don't know what you got till it's gone. The grass isn't greener. Just
Oh, wait, you're getting all philosophical on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are meant to be light and fluffy, aren't they? Life advice? Just a question. We're going, you live and you die.
Hey, just quickly,
Thanks, Steve.
is the grass? Is that? I think sometimes the grass is greener on the other side. What do you think?
Yeah.
All I know is we're all going to die one day. That's all I know.
Yeah, well said. I'll try to be a little bit less philosophical with mine. This advice was given to me by my late grandfather, Robbie Best. He always used to say, it's better to have loved and lost than to have lost an arm in a farming machinery accident. Stay safe out there to all of our farmers.
My life advice is don't be stupid enough to jump in a cab and take you back to Bondi for $162.
Where was that advice 3 days ago?
Well, mate, I texted you and I said, hey, mate, don't.
Yep.
Get on the public transport. You could have got a train, bus, then another train, then another bus,
Yeah, listen.
all the way to
Typical Bondi person thinking they're above public
Well, I
transport.
don't live in Bondi. I was
That's what it
dropping
is,
some
mate.
mates off. I was trying to be charitable. Good advice, though.
Well, the good news or the bad news? Good news is we're at the end of the show. Bad news is we've got another minute and a half to fill and we've run out of things to talk about. So, what's going on?
I'm off to the Tigers-Dogs game tomorrow. Not only is it Galvin Bowl, it's also Win, Learn or Draw Ladies' Day, my West Tigers podcast, taking our beautiful partners out there. So it's a huge day for the club, and I think that's why, once again, the Tigers are my certainty of the week.
Interviewed Blocker yesterday for our podcast coming out on Monday. Man, what a champion. Talking about the good old days of the Balmain Tigers.
mate,
it's fantastic.
I've got him in a face-to-face. Just ease up, okay, on the podcast.
I actually ran into a
please.
blocker at the fish market a couple of weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah, tucking into a bit of sashimi.
Good man.
He's a great fella.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Boys, anything else you're going to throw up for the weekend? Please. How long we got to go? Tourists, about 40? Yeah, 1 minute to go.
I mean, the biggest thing in my life right now is my son no longer comes and sleeps in the bed with me, which really hurt my feelings, and that's why I had to say the grass isn't always greener. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
I got a new
Didn't
dog,
appreciate it.
Luigi. He jumps in bed through the night, and I thought that he'd been urinating on everything, including my pillow the other night. But, yeah.
Speaking of urination, my son he carried his nappy full of poo into the room the other night, so that was also good.
Only one bloke is allowed to.
My wife did that.
Oh, good. One bloke. There's only one person who's allowed to urinate on Matty's pillow, and it's not Luigi.
Righto, guys. Good on you. Have a good weekend. We'll speak to you next Friday.
Go Tigers.
Ciao.